You clearly possess the Heavenly Emperor Dao Bone, yet you were never able to cultivate. As a result, you were abandoned by your sect as a hostage to the Demon Sect, in exchange for 100 years of development for the Heavenly Profound Sect. Who knew the Demon Sect would plant a love parasite in you, turning you into the fourth pet of the Demon Sect saintess? However, even so, you did not fall in love with her, but instead tried every way possible to escape back to your sect. Who knew that what awaited you was the sect's disdain? Not only did they expel you from the sect, but you were also plotted against by your fiancé and junior brother, who killed you and dug out your Dao Bone. After the Demon Sect saintess learned of this, she slaughtered the Heavenly Profound Sect, condensed a wisp of your remnant soul, brought you back, and used the number one killing weapon, the blood-drinking sword, to commit suicide and follow you in death. Opening your eyes again, you return to the place where you were imprisoned by the witch. Unlike before, at this moment you feel this room is exceptionally warm. Muge, you are not being good. Always thinking about running away. If you dare to try again, I will chop off your 4 limbs and put them in a big vase. This way, you can be with me forever. Luruoi said, taking out 2 soul-eater needles, quickly driving one into your body, and then preparing to drive the other one into herself. No, you ignored the pain brought by the soul-eater needle, and hurriedly grabbed her hand. Stop torturing yourself for me. You looked at the crazy Luruoi, your eyes filled with tears. She is a perverted yandere. Whatever torture she used on you, she would experience it on herself once. Luruoi saw you shedding tears and thought the soul-eater needle was taking effect. Does it hurt? She gently wiped away your tears, and immediately, the soul-eater needle appeared in her hand again. Rui, stop. What do I have to do so you won't hurt yourself? Hearing your words, Lu Ruoyi was stunned. In the past, you either called her a demon or a temptress. Today, not only did you call her name, but you also took the initiative to hold her hand. Unless you promise me you won't run away anymore. I want your love. Before she could finish, you kissed her red lips. I'm sorry, I will never run away again, you said with reddened eyes, and then kissed her deeply again. Liu Ruoyi's eyes gradually became blurred. Then she took the initiative and pushed you onto the bed. I don't know how long it had been. Liu Ruoyi lay in your arms, sleeping peacefully. You looked at this cold, gorgeous, and beautiful face, your eyes full of guilt. Now that you have been reborn, you will definitely not let her do anything stupid again. Moreover, you discovered that the mysterious Dao Bone that caused you to be unable to cultivate in your past life now actually had signs of movement. At this time, Lu Ruoyi slowly woke up. Gently stroking your cheek, she whispered, Mew, gay. Why didn't you kill me? She, in order to better empathize with you, whenever she was alone with you, she would seal her own cultivation, and never had any defenses against you. And you used to either want to kill her or run away. However, you are very well behaved now, because in this world, only you truly love me. I cannot let you down. You didn't explain too much. In your past life, you were scared by Liu Ruoyi's torture. After knowing your sect was strong enough, you tried your best to escape back, and even a few times stabbed a knife into Liu Ruoyi's chest. But she still loved you. But she no longer believed your words. At this time, she just looked at you quietly, and then gave you a lingering kiss. She kissed very hard, biting your mouth until it bled, and only left after she was satisfied. At this time, the Pill Hall Elder came in, looking at you, who had been tortured into a wreck. He said with thin iron not turning into steel frustration, Mew Gay, this is you bringing trouble upon yourself. The saintess loves you so much. How can you be so unappreciative? While speaking, he threw you a few pills, all for recovering from injuries. This was the time you were tortured the most severely, with multiple wounds all over your body, and even hit with a full 5 soul-eater needles, just because this escape of yours was to go see your childhood sweetheart, Fairy Qingyu. I know. You just responded simply, and then swallowed the pills. Looking at your painful expression, the Pill Hall Elder snorted coldly. Don't you forget. It was because you agreed to come to Miao Zhan Miao Frontier that the saintess let the Heavenly Profound Sect off the hook. Now that the Heavenly Profound Sect's vitality has recovered and is growing stronger day by day, you are trying every means to escape. If it weren't for the saintess doting on you, you would have already turned to dust. Do you think the Heavenly Profound Sect can contend with the Miao Frontier? If you provoke the saintess, although you won't die, the Heavenly Profound Sect will definitely cease to exist. After saying this, he flicked his sleeves and left. Watching his back as he left, you couldn't help but think. In your past life, You served as a hostage to exchange for peace for the Heavenly Profound Sect. But in the end, what you got in return was the sex, disdain and your fiancée's betrayal. And at the moment of your death, King Yue said she had never loved you. And the reason she said she would marry you was all for the Dao bone on your body. This feud must be repaid. You clenched your fists, your eyes terrifyingly cold. At the same time, feeling the two auras on the Dao bone, one filled with hatred, one filled with love. Could it be that the reason I couldn't cultivate was because of the existence of the Dao bone? At this moment, you suddenly remembered that you had once seen in the ancient books of the Miao frontier a type of evil bone called Power Ying. People who possess Power Ying can only xianxia open their unique path of cultivation after tasting both extreme pain and extreme love simultaneously. The abandonment of the sect and the betrayal of your childhood sweetheart in the previous life made you feel extreme pain. Liu Ruoyi's yandere love made you feel extreme and special love as well. Both were satisfied at the same time, so the Dao bone was unsealed. Exactly because of this, the Dao bone not only stopped hindering your cultivation, but was crazily absorbing the spiritual energy around you. In just one night, your cultivation base skipped the body refining stage and reached the chi refining stage. This breakthrough speed can be called godlike. So you immediately sat cross-legged. The sky grew dark. Liu Ruoyi, having shed her killing intent, pushed the door and entered. She took off her outer garments, leaving only an undergarment, then tucked your head into her 2 pieces of softness. You knew what she wanted to do, so you took the initiative. She saw this, and although surprised, how could she let go of this opportunity? From now on, I will obediently listen to you. Don't hurt yourself anymore, okay? You said seriously. Don't speak. Love me. Liu Ruoyi blocked your mouth with her red lips, kissing you selflessly. Just like this, you were in Liu Ruoyi's boudoir. For a full half a month. For the past half month, Liu Ruoyi was the murderous Miao Frontier Demon Emperor by day, and the yandere who doted on you by night. Because of your initiative, she was finally willing to set you free again. You pushed open the door and looked at the outside world, only feeling a sense of trance. At this time, a woman came to pass on a message saying, Liu Ruoyi was waiting for you in the Holy Hall. You guessed it was probably for that matter. At this time, inside the Holy Hall, Liu Ruoyi sat on the main throne and said coldly to the 12 cave masters standing below, Do you all think Muge is not worthy of me? At this time, the 11th cave master stood out. Even if the saintess does not consider herself, she must consider the future of the Miao frontier. How many heroes are there in the world? Not to mention that the Miao frontier has a rule that the saintess does not marry outside. If you really want to choose a companion, you should choose one with a status equal to the saintess. What is he, Muge? He is just a prisoner. If the saintess really wants to marry him, then I, the 11th cave master, am willing to be the leader. Even if I have to die, I will stop the saintess from making a mistake. The 11th cave master was saying passionately. Little did he know that he underestimated your position in Liu Ruoyi's heart. You want to die? If the saintess is obsessed and won't wake up, I am willing to die to show my will. You take yourself too seriously. Do you really think this emperor dares not kill you? Liu Ruoyi's tone was icy cold. Then she lightly raised her jade hand and shot out a streak of sword energy. The 11th cave master's forehead was instantly pierced with a hole, and his body fell to the ground with a thud. Liu Ruoyi slowly lowered her hand and scanned everyone. Does anyone else object? The cave masters who originally wanted to refute had their words stuck in their throats, their bodies breaking out in a cold sweat. This emperor called you here to notify you to prepare, not to have you teach me the rules. In the Miao frontier, my rules are the rules. Liu Ruoyi's imperial aura pressed down, so that all the cave masters could not lift their heads. At this time, you also arrived at the main hall. Seeing you, Liu Ruoyi's lowered eyes finally had a glimmer of light. Muge, come to my side. You walked past the resentful gazes of the cave masters and sat down beside Liu Ruoyi very naturally. Seeing this scene, some cave masters almost couldn't sit still. The dragon throne in the Holy Hall is only for the master of the Miao frontier. You are just a prisoner from an enemy sect. How dare you sit on it so calmly? But thinking of the scene just now where the saintess killed the 11th cave master in an instant, they could only be angry, but dare not speak out. Muge, see if you like it? Liu Ruoyi, full of joy, handed you the carefully selected invitation. As long as it's yours, I like it. You looked, and it was indeed an invitation for the big wedding. Just like in the past life, no matter if you could accept it or not, no matter if the people of the Miao frontier objected or not, Liu Ruoyi was determined to have a big wedding with you as always. She wanted to use this method to lock you in. The marriage contract stated that the two would have a big wedding in the Miao frontier in 3 years and announce it to the world. In your past life, you pretended to agree. On the night of the wedding, you plunged a sword into the chest of Lu Ruoyi, who had sealed her cultivation, and then inexplicably and easily escaped back to the Heavenly Profound Sect. Saintess. Your subordinate does not object to the saintess marrying her beloved, but the current status of young Master Muse feared to be ridiculed by the world. The one speaking was the first cave master, the one with the highest cultivation among all the cave masters, having already reached the late transformation dragon stage. The subordinate has an idea. The 11th cave master is dead. Why not appoint young Master Mew as the 11th cave master? In this way, the wedding between young Master Mew and the saintess can be considered justified. No one in the Miao frontier would dare to say anything, and people in the world would have nothing to say. I just don't know what young Master Mew thinks. The first cave master's words shifted all the pressure onto you. Letting you be the 11th cave master is defecting to the enemy. Everyone thought you could not possibly do this. As long as you refused, you wouldn't marry the saintess. Even if the saintess forced you, you would find a way to escape. And at that time, they could secretly provide help when you escaped. Who knew that at this time you smiled and said, "This young master thinks what the first cave master said is very reasonable." You said, looking at Lu Ruoyi affectionately, "I know that no matter what my status is, you will have a big wedding with me, but I don't want you to be ridiculed by outsiders. I want to be the 11th cave master of the Miao frontier. I want to marry you in a legitimate way." Lu Ruoyi could not understand the love in your eyes, but she knew that you had been very well behaved during this time. Of course, it might just be temporary. The goal was still to gain her trust. But regardless, she was happy during this time. Then as the first cave master said, "I announce that from today, Mu Gei is the 11th cave master of my Miao frontier," she said, writing runes in the void, which could be seen in all parts of the Miao frontier as a proclamation. Subordinate accepts the decree. Everyone shouted in unison. The first cave master also responded with a stiff expression. He never expected you to play cards out of turn. "Thank you all. From now on, we will build the Miao frontier together." After you finished speaking, you turned to look at Lu Ruoyi. "I have one more thing I want to discuss with you." Lu Ruoyi's eyes were full of blurring and doting upon hearing this. "As long as you are well behaved, I can agree to anything." "Ruoyi, I want to go back to the Heavenly Profound Sect for a trip." You looked at her suddenly cold eyes, as if she would pierce you through in the next second. "Muge, I thought you had become well behaved, so I let you out. Do you want to be locked in the room again?" Lu Ruoyi was a bit disappointed. Your performance these days made her feel you had changed. Now it seems you had deceived her again, and almost succeeded. For a moment, Lu Ruoyi's majesty filled the entire hall. All the cave masters below could not bear it, and knelt on the ground. At this time you grabbed Lu Ruoyi's hand and said seriously, "You misunderstood. I didn't want to run away. I went back to retrieve something that belongs to me. And incidentally, to sever ties with the Heavenly Profound Sect. My parents' spirit tablets are still being worshipped at the Heavenly Profound Sect. Since I have agreed to marry you, then I'm a person of the Miao frontier from now on. My parents' spirit tablets should naturally be in the Miao frontier as well." Lu Ruoyi asked, "Is that true?" Lu Ruoyi was naturally a bit incredulous. "Of course it is true. I swear by my Dao heart. If I go there and do not return, let me die a miserable death. I am willing to endure the 108 heavenly bolts, and never be reborn after death." "Hush." Before you could finish, Lu Ruoyi reached out and covered your mouth. "Without my permission, you are not allowed to die." After saying this, she disregarded the cave masters kneeling below, and kissed you directly. You felt her actions and secretly thought, "Not good. Ruoyi, let's go back. It's really not convenient here." "Why? Is it because of them?" "Yes and no. Mostly because I'm shy." Your words made Lu Ruoyi burst into a chuckle. "All right, this time I'll listen to you. Today is the once-in-a-decade recruitment ceremony of the Heavenly Profound Sect. Figures are moving about in front of the mountain gate. Countless mortals have come in admiration. 2 elders are personally overseeing the proceedings, and the testing phase is proceeding in an orderly manner. Suddenly, the void shattered. The 2 elders looked up and immediately revealed fierce glares as if facing a great enemy. They saw the blood-drinking sword break through the void and slowly emerge. A thick, bloody stench instantly permeated the entire mountain gate. Countless mortals were trembling with fear from this terrifying aura. Some even fainted directly. I don't know which senior has honored our Heavenly Profound Sect with their presence. This junior failed to welcome you in time. Let me go and report to the sect master. One elder asked through gritted teeth. No need. Lu Ruoyi snorted coldly. The elder instantly felt as if he had fallen into an icy cellar and dared not move. A much older elder beside him narrowed his eyes. Suddenly, as if he had thought of something, not good. A powerful enemy is here. He let out a loud shout. While quickly casting spells to activate the defensive formation, everyone was stunned by this sudden turn of events. What exactly is the identity of this woman before them? Is the master of the Miao frontier trying to tear up the agreement? That elder's tone was not loud, but one could hear his fear. Hearing his words, the other elder was also shocked. Master of the Miao frontier, have you forgotten our agreement? My heavenly profound sect disciples are still... Before he could finish, his voice stopped abruptly. Lu Ruoyi raised her hand and erased him from existence. Fairy Liu, what brings you here? Why didn't you inform this old man? At this moment, a resonant voice sounded. The person who arrived was the current sect master of the Heavenly Profound Sect, xianxia. Xianxia glanced at the corpse on the ground and shook his head. He waved a ball of flame and instantly incinerated it to nothing. This junior inadvertently offended Fairy Liu. I ask for the fairy's magnanimity, xianxia said and bowed deeply. This scene shocked everyone. The sect master of the Heavenly Profound Sect actually bowed and apologized to someone. However, only xianxia himself knew. The moment he arrived at the mountain gate, he perceived that Lu Ruoyi's strength had advanced once more. If he didn't bow his head today, I'm afraid the entire Heavenly Profound Sect would not be preserved. I don't know what business brings Fairy Liu here. Seeing Lu Ruoyi remaining cold and silent, and not having brought the Miao Frontier army, xianxia guessed that the other party did not come to start a war. My husband has something left in your Heavenly Profound Sect. I came to retrieve it. Lu Ruoyi said, looking at you with tenderness. The fairy's husband? xianxia finally looked at you. Why does this person look a bit familiar? May I ask the fairy's husband's surname? Just call me Mu Jie. You replied flatly. So it is young Master Mu. I have long admired your name. xianxia looked at you in shock. He finally remembered. It seems that you and Lu Ruoyi have already become Dao companions. If that is truly the case, the relationship between the Heavenly Profound Sect and the Miao Frontier has become subtle. I don't know what young Master Mu has left in my Heavenly Profound Sect. I will have someone retrieve it right now. xianxia said in a low voice. No need. I will go retrieve it myself. Afterwards, you looked at Lu Ruoyi and asked, My wife, do you want to go in with me? No need. I will wait for you here. Remember what you said. Honestly, she also wanted to go in with you. But inside were people she did not want to see. She was afraid she would not be able to control herself and kill your master and senior sisters. Wife, don't worry. I will keep my word. You affectionately flicked her nose bridge and left. Hurry and tell the elder of the Jade Maiden Peak. Do not provoke young Master Mu. xianxia dared not leave easily and ordered the elder beside him. The Heavenly Profound Sect has 9 main peaks. Jade Maiden Peak was the peak where you used to reside. Just as its name suggests, the disciples of Jade Maiden Peak are all women, until your appearance led to breaking the rule to accept a male disciple. There is a first time, there will be a second. Later, the Peak Master Tianqiong accepted Baiquan as a disciple, walking on the familiar bluestone path. The buildings were the same as in your memory, without much change. Senior brother Mu Ge. At this time, a voice sounded with a hint of surprise. You saw a woman in blue flying toward you on a sword from afar. In the blink of an eye, she was in front of you. Seeing senior sister Chu Liangshang again, you found that the anticipation of the past was gone. What remained was only the desire for revenge. Why did you come back? Chu Liangshang asked with some confusion. I've come to get something. You replied coldly and walked toward your room. You were able to escape from the Miao Frontier. Could it be that you can cultivate now? A flash of expectation appeared in Chu Liangxiang's eyes. No, you replied faintly. Hearing this, Chu Liangxiang confirmed carefully. You really did not have a trace of cultivation fluctuation on you. The expectation in her eyes instantly vanished. Replacing it was disgust. Then, Junior Brother Mu, have you thought about what to do in the future? What do you think I should do? You asked back with a mocking tone. Chu Liangxiang was speechless upon hearing this, actually not knowing what to say. Seeing this, you sneered and strode away. Chu Liangxiang hurriedly followed. Finally, you arrived at your residence on Jade Maiden Peak. Your parents' spirit tablets were placed inside. Seeing you stop, Chu Liangxiang asked confusedly, Isn't this Junior Brother's beast pet room? Junior Brother Mu, what are you doing here? You simply couldn't believe your ears. What did you say? You questioned Chu Liangxiang loudly. She was also startled by your imposing manner. I said this is Junior Brother's beast pet room. Is Is there something wrong with that? Good. Very good indeed. A good Baishuan. A good Jade Maiden Peak. A good Heavenly Profound Sect. You suddenly laughed like a madman. Junior brother Mew, what is wrong with you? Xianxia had not yet realized the severity of the matter. You ignored her, walked to the door, and with a bang, kicked it open. What met your eyes was a room full of iron cages. Every cage contained a fierce beast, each one bearing fangs and looking ferocious. You quickly walked to where your parents' spirit tablets were placed. Except for iron chains, there was nothing. Baishuan, you are courting death. At this moment, your eyes were scarlet with rage. Your parents' spirit tablets were the last thoughts you had in the Heavenly Profound Sect. If it weren't to take them away, you wouldn't have come back. Junior brother Mu, what is wrong with you? Xianxia asked uncomprehendingly. You ask me what is wrong. How dare you ask that? I served as a hostage in the Miao frontier to trade for the sect's peace. Is this how you treat me? Where is Baishuan? Where is he? Junior brother is currently at his residence. What business do you have with him? Xianxia asked cautiously. Kill him. You left behind a cold sentence, and turned to head in the direction of Baishuan's room in your memory. Xianxia was instantly stunned in place. What on earth is going on? She still hadn't reacted, but there was no time for her to overthink. She also hurriedly rushed toward the junior brother's residence, at the same time transmitting her voice to the master and junior sisters. And at this moment, under extreme anger, the power of the Daobone actually broke through. The seal Liu Ruoyi had placed on you, your cultivation base instantly reached the late-stage foundation establishment peak. Outside the Heavenly Profound Sect's mountain gate, Liu Ruoyi's expression was ugly. She felt the seal on you being forcibly broken, her fingers digging tightly into her flesh. Muge, did you really lie to me? If it weren't for your words asking her to wait for you, she would have already rushed in. At this moment, she was like a child who had lost her way. Suddenly, a shout from Jade Maiden Peak came from beyond the sky. Baishuan, come out and receive your death. Baishuan, who was talking to someone in the room, frowned slightly, but before he could react, a cyan green sword energy cut across. The house was sliced level and flat. With a boom, the house collapsed. Baichuan and the others hurriedly flew out from the ruins. Why are you back? Baichuan was a bit surprised. You ignored him but cast your gaze toward Qingyue beside him. She was your childhood sweetheart and fiancée. Before the war between the Heavenly Profound Sect and the Miao Frontier, the sect master of the Heavenly Profound Sect had announced your marriage. Muge, why did you come back without notifying me in advance? A flash of panic crossed Qingyu's face, and then immediately changed into a somewhat blaming appearance. Hearing this, you sneered. What? Notifying you in advance so that you could be prepared to continue lying to me? What are you talking about? I don't understand. Qingyu was still pretending to be calm. I didn't expect you to be so thick-skinned. You must have been very happy these years I haven't been in the sect. Finally not having to sneak around behind my back. The scene of the two digging out your Daobone in your past life was still vivid in your mind. Now seeing the two of them, you only felt disgusted and couldn't wait to kill them instantly. But that would be letting them off too lightly. Muge, you misunderstood. When junior brother Baichuan was catching spirit beasts a few days ago, he was attacked by a beast king. I came to deliver pills to him. Qingyue explained without blushing or heart beating. Spirit beasts? You still dare to mention spirit beasts? You were suddenly furious. Your only thought in the Heavenly Profound Sect was your parents' spirit tablets. Now it had actually become someone else's beast pet room. Muge, what is wrong with you? I only said the word spirit beast. Why are you so agitated? Qingyue came behind you, hugged your waist, and whispered. You saw this and immediately pushed her away with a surge of true energy. Don't touch me. I find you dirty. What is wrong with you today? Did that Miao Frontier temptress do something to you? Qingyue still tried to come over and hug you, but she didn't know that her words completely angered you. The 3-foot sword in your hand slashed out a streak of sword energy, charging straight at Qingyu. Who permitted you to slander her? Qingyu's pupils shrank. With her cultivation, taking this strike should have been a matter of just waving her hand, but she did not block, did not defend, and did not dodge. She did not believe that you, who used to enjoy the moonlight with her, and swore to avenge your family together, would draw your sword against her. However, in the next second, the sharp sword energy instantly blasted her away. With a boom, colliding with a distant mountain peak. Why is this? Qingyue spat out a mouthful of blood and asked full of confusion. She seemed to have betted wrong. Didn't she just mention the Miao Frontier temptress? Could it be that you have changed your heart? At this time, Junior brother Baishuan helped Qing Yue up, and then met your murderous gaze. Senior brother Mu Ge. I don't know where this junior offended you, to actually slash this junior's residence into powder. Hearing Baichuan playing dumb, you burst out laughing. What a calculated junior brother. I can feel several powerful auras approaching this place. It should be my good senior sisters and master arriving. Baichuan, you are trying to play the innocent, right? Sure enough, before even seeing anyone, a crisp voice was heard. Mu Ge. Stop immediately. In the next second, 4 figures appeared before your eyes, each radiating an immortal aura, icy and pure. The person at the front was naturally the master of Jade Maiden Peak, your master, True Lord Tianqiong. The 3 people behind were your 3 senior sisters. You can cultivate now? But why are you attacking your junior brother and Qing Yu without reason? True Lord Tianqiong asked first with some surprise, and then with a somewhat displeased tone. Without reason? May I ask, True Lord Tianqiong, what is without reason? I ask myself, I have never done anything to wrong the Heavenly Profound Sect, but your good disciple and good junior brother took advantage of my absence to forcibly occupy my room to keep fierce beasts. I am only here to seek justice. What wrong have I committed? Your tone was extremely cold. The so-called master-disciple bond had already been settled in the previous life. In this life, it is only a fight to the death. Muge, calm down. Isn't it just a room? If it's gone, just change to another one. There are so many rooms in Jade Maiden Peak. Which one can't you live in? Besides, you were a hostage in the Miao frontier. Who knew you would suddenly come back? Your room occupies the position of a spiritual energy spring. It's a waste if it sits empty. Junior brother just happened to have nowhere to train his beasts, so he occupied your room. That's all. As a senior brother, what's wrong with making a concession for your junior brother? Why are you losing your temper? The one speaking was your former second senior sister, Zhou Shi, whose real identity is the eldest princess of a certain imperial dynasty. So, you all knew that was my cave abode? I thought you didn't know. Then did you ever ask my opinion? I was sent to the Miao frontier as a hostage. Is this how you treat me? Let alone that you haven't thought of rescuing me. In these past 100 years, you didn't even secretly come to check on me once. My room contained my most precious belongings. Baishuan emptied my room. My most precious things are gone, and you still want me to calm down? You laughed in extreme rage. After the previous life, you thought you had already let go. But returning today, the things they said still made you very angry. Today, even if Tianqiong and your few senior sisters are here, I will slay you, to resolve the hatred in my heart. Your voice spread throughout the entire Heavenly Profound Sect. Many disciples in seclusion were awakened. Even xianxia outside the mountain gate heard it. He immediately turned ashen and disappeared from the spot instantly. Following him, Liu Roy also disappeared. After that roar of rage, you struck at the first moment. The 3-foot cold blade in your hand slashed across the sky, drawing a beautiful arc under the starry sky. Seeing this, Baishuan immediately took out his weapon to block. I don't know if he underestimated your murderous intent, or if he was deliberately hiding his strength, but as your sword energy passed by, Baichuan's defense did not play any role at all. A huge deep pit suddenly appeared where he was standing. Baichuan lay in the pit, covered in blood. Immediately after, you flashed through the air and appeared beside Baishuan in the blink of an eye. However, in the next second, 4 figures blocked your path. Muje, that is enough. Now that you can cultivate, are you this lawless? Do you really intend to kill your junior brother? If that is truly the case, I think you had a reason for being unable to cultivate in the beginning. Second senior sister Zhou pointed her sword at you, revealing disappointment in her eyes. If I don't kill him today, how can I face my foster mother? You said with an indifferent expression. Move aside. Whoever dares to stop me today is my enemy. Hearing your words, Qing Yue's eyes trembled slightly. Mew, what do you mean by that? What do I mean? Don't you know yet? When I was a child, our village was attacked by spirit beasts. Your and my foster mother died tragically at the hands of the spirit beasts. I placed my parents' spirit tablets in my mansion, but he, Baishuan, occupied my mansion and threw all my belongings away. You mean, the foster mother's spirit tablets are missing? King Yu asked, trembling. Talking about loving me. I wasn't in the sect. Not only did you not protect the things I care about most for me, but you also have a close relationship with the person who destroyed my foster mother's spirit tablets. Your love has too high a price. I cannot afford it. Go love Baichuan. He can afford it. King Yue turned pale upon hearing this. No, Muge. Listen to my explanation. I really have nothing with junior brother Baishuan. I saw that he was seriously injured and came to deliver pills. It's my fault that the foster mother's spirit tablets are gone. I will definitely find them for you. At this time, several figures arrived at high speed. Lu Ruoyi arrived first and immediately stood by your side. Ruoyi, I'm sorry. I didn't restrain myself and broke your seal. You took her hand, saying somewhat guiltily. Lu Ruoyi did not blame you. From the moment she entered Jade Maiden Peak, she felt the atmosphere was not right. Husband, did they bully you? She watched the people opposite with indifference. Her gaze was icy cold, as if it could pierce the soul. Fairy Ruoyi, I think there might be some misunderstanding here. If you would. Is it your turn to speak? Xianxia just wanted to mediate, but was scared back by Lu Ruoyi's murderous momentum. He could only glare at the messenger elder. Sectmaster, don't blame me. I already conveyed the message to Elder Tianqiong. The messenger elder explained immediately. Husband, so you have already betrayed the sect. You were just afraid of being called a traitor by the world. So you framed junior brother like this, just so you could leave the sect in a justified way. Am I right? Second senior sister Zhou Shi said indifferently. Who knew that as soon as she finished speaking, Xianxia slapped out with his palm. Zhou Shi was instantly sent flying toward the cliff of reflection. Fairy Ruoyi, forgive me. The disciple was ignorant and offended you too. I have already confined her to the cliff of reflection. How could Lu Ruoyi not see his intentions? If you dare to use such petty tricks to protect someone next time, I will kill you first. Wife, I will handle this matter myself. Just watch from the side. Lu Ruoyi still wanted to say something, but you kissed her on the lips. Immediately, she didn't say anything else. Listen to me this time. You gave her a reassuring look, then turned to face the crowd of the Heavenly Profound Sect. True Lord Tianqiong. Perhaps I should call you Master. I will just ask one question. Did Baishuan obtain your permission to occupy my room? This matter was indeed done with my permission. However, that's enough. You don't need to explain anything to me. You stepped past the crowd and arrived before Baishuan. The Qingfeng sword pressed against his throat. Hand over my parents' spirit tablets, and I can give you a quick death. Senior brother is truly laughable. You are about to kill me. And you think I will tell you? We cultivators don't fear death. At worst, I will fall here. But don't even think about finding your parents' spirit tablets. They were hidden by me in a place you will never know of. Hearing his words, you couldn't help but sneer. Still quite a backbone? Do you think I have no way to deal with you without that? Yingshu blood drinking. You shouted loudly. The blood drinking sword, which had been put away by Lu Ruoyi, instantly appeared in your hand. Ever since the Dao bone in your body revived, you always felt murderous. And that glowing mysterious rune always seemed to have a connection with something. Until Lu Ruoyi arrived, you finally knew where that connection came from. The mysterious rune intertwined with the blood-drinking sword, allowing you to manipulate it as well. Lu Ruoyi looked at you with some surprise, but she didn't say much. This sword is named blood drinking. I don't know how many people it has killed, but you must have heard of its reputation. If killed by it, you will not be able to enter reincarnation and will never be reborn. Hearing your words, the others finally realized. This sword, full of killing intent and resentment, was the legendary #1 killing weapon of the Miao frontier, the blood-drinking sword. At this moment, you were holding the blood-drinking sword like a murderous demon. Return my foster mother's spirit tablets intact, and I can spare your life. Baichuan, did you really take Muge's foster mother's spirit tablets? At this time, True Lord Tianqiong also panicked. It was indeed taken by the disciple. That day, when I was training beasts, I found senior brother's parents' spirit tablets. I was afraid they would be damaged by the beasts, so I took the liberty to move them to a different place. I intended to report to Master, but I forgot due to being busy. I asked Master to punish me. Hearing this, True Lord Tianqiong nodded. Then why didn't you say so just now? Reporting to Master, senior brother didn't give me a chance to explain. Hurry and retrieve the spirit tablets intact. Beishuan looked at you upon hearing this. Seeing that you didn't move, he got up and flew in one direction. At this time, True Lord Tianqiong turned to you and said, Muge, you misunderstood your junior brother. I know his true nature clearly. He is not the kind of person to do such unconscionable things. His original intention was to protect your foster mother's spirit tablets. You couldn't help but sneer when you heard this. Only they would believe such words. Then he must thank him, right? You asked tauntingly. True Lord Tianqiong didn't know how to answer for a moment, standing there stunned. How ridiculous. But you are all birds of a feather anyway. It's normal to speak for him. You smiled lightly. The peak masters and elders of the Heavenly Profound Sect wanted to get angry upon hearing this. But due to Liu Ruoyi standing there, no one dared to move. In less than half an incense stick of time, Baichuan returned with a wooden box. He knelt halfway before True Lord Tianqiong and raised the box. Master, the items have been retrieved. Intact. Tianqiong took the box and walked to your side, handing it to you. Take a look. Is there any damage? You took a glance. There were no major problems. Then you handed the wooden box to Liu Ruoyi. Wife, please protect them for me. Immediately after, you turned around abruptly, and within the blink of an eye you appeared before Baichuan. With a boom, Baichuan was sent flying by a palm strike from you, colliding into a floating island in the air. The huge impact shattered the floating island into pieces. Everyone was shocked by this scene. Baichuan had already returned the spirit tablets. And you still wanted to attack him? Mu Ge, stop. Tianqiong suddenly shouted, wanting to rush up to stop this fight. Let's see who dares to stop him. Liu Ruoyi protected her husband domineeringly. The Demon Emperor's reputation was not called out. It was carved out in blood. As she stood there, she made everyone tremble. True Lord Tianqiong, who wanted to go and stop you, stopped dead in his tracks. Baichuan, falling from the sky, finally reacted. Damn it. You don't play by the rules. Then his eyes turned cold. Since senior brother wants to fight, then let's have a fight. Saying this, a sword appeared in his hand. He no longer hid his strength and released his entire aura. Seeing that he was also only at the late Foundation establishment stage, you couldn't help but mock. Only at the same cultivation level as me. And you are still the reserve holy son of the Heavenly Profound Sect. The Heavenly Profound Sect is just so-so. Junior brother is curious how senior brother is able to cultivate. Could it be that you took a side path and practiced evil arts? Baichuan didn't show weakness in his words either. The two exchanged a dozen moves in the air. Each time you launched an attack, Baichuan defensively blocked. Whether it's a side path or evil arts, it's enough to kill you. Senior brother, don't speak too soon. Who wins and who loses is still uncertain. After Baichuan finished speaking, his aura suddenly skyrocketed. The elders watching from below were filled with surprise at this scene. Baichuan is actually breaking through during the battle? I remember it's only been a month since his last breakthrough. How could it be so fast? You looked at the skyrocketing aura of Baichuan with a strange gaze. Under normal circumstances, it's impossible to break through so fast. But you couldn't be bothered to care. Suddenly, your aura also kept rising. You think only you can break through during a battle? What? The elders below were all shocked. They had seen breakthroughs during battles, but dual breakthroughs were something they had never heard of. Unexpectedly, senior brother also kept a trick up his sleeve. Junior brother underestimated you. Baichuan sneered, his eyes devoid of any fear. Is that so? There are many things you haven't expected yet. Saying this, you reached out directly and pinched the sword he had thrust over. The originally flowing light-filled sword instantly became dull and lusterless. Baichuan's pupils shrank violently upon seeing this. This is impossible. I have already broken through to the Dongshuan Cave Profound realm and opened up a cave heaven. Now this sword has lost its divine power just by being pinched by the opponent. Then what cultivation level is the opponent? Seeing his shocked appearance, you smiled slightly. Junior brother was still careless. For these 100 years, although I couldn't cultivate, I didn't let my basic training drop. My foundation is 100 times that of an ordinary person. You only opened 1 cave heaven, but I opened 9. What are you going to use to fight me? Just relying on yourself, a piece of trash who used external items to improve. What is senior brother saying? I, junior brother, have climbed up step by step. Is that so? Then let me, your senior brother, test your cultivation results. Saying this, you released your fingers and flicked lightly. The golden sword instantly snapped with a clatter. Baichuan suffered from backlash, and the remaining power of your flick instantly sent flying several miles away, colliding and knocking down dozens of buildings before stopping. He spat out a mouthful of blood, looking at you with utter disbelief. How can you be so strong? Killing you is enough, you said while quickly closing in on him. I'll fight you to the death, Baichuan cursed in anger, and then his aura skyrocketed once more. Breaking through again? The Heavenly Profound Sect elders below were all greatly surprised. Even Sect Master Xuanyangzi felt surprised. Only Liu Ruoyi had never looked at Baichuan once. Her gaze was fixed on you the whole time. At this moment, you were indifferently watching Baichuan. He indeed had many strange things about him. Even though he had never left the sect, he could always produce some rare treasures. The thing you remember most deeply is that he was initially a common body, But one day he was suddenly detected to have the Saint Flame sword body. This was absolutely a significant secret. This is what you forced me to do. At this time, Beichuan's cultivation had reached the peak of Dongshuan, opening 9 cave heavens. The broken golden sword reappeared in his hand. In the next second, sword shadows streaked across the void. The sword energy, wrapped in monstrous killing intent, charged toward you. As the sword energy rushed toward you, the Dao bone inside your body reacted again. A character filled with chaotic energy lit up. This time you understood it was the character for Swallow Devour, devouring any killing intent and pressure. Seeing that Beichuan had already arrived within range, you performed the familiar action, double fingers pinching the sword, with a relaxed expression. Beichuan's expression froze instantly upon seeing this. Unexpectedly, even after reaching the same cultivation level as the opponent, it's still like this. He was not reconciled. Played enough? If you've played enough, it's time to end it. Saying this, you reached out your finger and touched his forehead. Obscure runes flowed at your fingertips.